Welcome to the Optima method, where we help entrepreneurs build businesses that are intentional, scalable, and sustainable. I'm Saskia, founder of Optima Operations Consulting, and after more than 15 years of leading enterprise implementations, operational transformations, and business process improvements, I've learned one lesson that applies to every business, whether it's a Fortune 500 company or a one-person startup. Strong businesses aren't built on hustle. They're built on foundations. And today, I want to talk about the most overlooked part of building a successful company. Not the marketing, not the sales, not social media, not AI or automation. It's something much simpler than that. It's your vision foundation. Because strategy without vision is simply movement without direction. One of the biggest mistakes I see entrepreneurs make is jumping straight into the execution. They build a website, order business cards, create the social media, launch products, spend money on ads, purchase the software, hire employees, and months later, they are exhausted. Revenue is inconsistent and nothing feels connected. Every day feels reactive. And why? Because they skipped the foundation. Imagine building a custom home. Would you ever tell the contractor, I don't know what I want the house to look like, but just start pouring the concrete? Of course not. Yet every entrepreneur does this exactly every day. They begin building before they design what they're actually trying to create. And that's why I always teach one simple principle: vision before strategy, strategy before execution, and execution before growth. That's the order every single time. So what is the vision foundation? The Vision Foundation is the first pillar inside the Optima Foundations. It's designed to help entrepreneurs and business leaders answer one critical question: where am I actually trying to go? Because if you can't answer that, no strategy will ever work. The Vision Foundation isn't just goal setting. It's building the operating blueprint for your business. It gives every future decision context, every hire, every investment, every process, every product, every marketing campaign. Everything becomes easier because you've already defined success. So what will you walk away with? When you complete the Vision Foundation, you'll have a crystal clear business vision, a defined mission, core values that guide decisions, annual priorities, quarterly execution plans, measurable business goals, success metrics, a planning system, CEO decision-making tools, and the confidence. Instead of wondering what to do every Monday, you'll already know. So let's walk through every resource that falls under the Vision Foundation. One thing I wanted to build differently was a system, not just a workbook. Every template has a purpose. Every document that I have created has a purpose, and each one builds upon the previous one. So let's go through them. Let's start with the first one, the Business Vision Workbook. This is where everything starts. Inside this workbook, you'll answer questions like, what business am I trying to build? Why does it exist? What impact do I want to have? Who do I want to serve? What does success actually looks like? Most entrepreneurs can describe that, what they actually sell. Very few can actually describe the business they're creating. But this workbook changes that. The purpose here is creating a complete clarity around your future. You'll gain direction, confidence, and focus. The next step will be your mission and values template. Your mission explains why your company exists. Your values explain how your company behaves. And together, they become your decision filter. Every hiring decision, every customer interaction, every partnership, every opportunity. If something does not align with your mission and values, it isn't the right decision. The purpose here is to build consistency, and you'll gain stronger culture, better decisions, and clear expectations. The next one is your strategic planning guide. Once your vision is complete, now we can build a strategy. This guide helps connect long-term vision with practical execution. Instead of dreaming, you'll begin creating actionable initiatives. The purpose here is to turn your vision into strategy, and where you'll gain focus, execution plans, and prioritization. The annual planning workbook is where most people think that where they set their New Year's resolutions. But businesses need annual operating plans. This workbook helps you define major objectives, annual priorities, revenue goals, operational goals, team initiatives, projects, capacity planning, and the purpose here is creating one roadmap for the year. You'll gain clarity, alignment, and purposeful planning. Next, you'll work on the quarterly planning workbook. While the annual plan is really important, businesses succeed quarter by quarter. Every 90 days, you have to stop, review, adjust, and refocus. The quarterly planning creates momentum, and the purpose here is to break the big goals into achievable milestones. You'll gain consistency, accountability, and faster progress. Now let's talk about the SMART Goal Planner, because not all goals are created equally. I want to grow, but that's not a goal. I want to increase recurring revenue by 20% before December. Now we're talking. The SMART Goal Planner ensures every objective becomes measurable. The purpose here is creating achievable goals where you'll gain clear targets, ownership, and progress tracking. Next, you'll work on the Goal Setting Planner. This workbook takes those SMART goals and organizes them by category. So you'll talk about business, operations, marketing, finance, leadership, personal development, because great CEOs don't just grow businesses, they grow themselves. The purpose here is to organize every major objective. You'll gain balance, alignment, and priorities. The Success Metrics Dashboard Workbook is probably one of my favorite resources. Why? Because data removes emotion. The Success Metrics Dashboard Workbook teaches you what to measure, why it matters, how often to review it. And now, one important point here is that this workbook is not the software, because you will still be responsible for building your dashboard inside your preferred system. Whether that's Excel, Google Sheets, Notion, a CRM, Power BI, or any other reporting platform. This workbook teaches you what you should measure and how to think about your business metrics. The purpose here is creating visibility, and you'll gain better decisions, operational awareness, and business confidence. Now, the CEO Planner, this planner helps you stop managing your business reactively. Instead, you will begin leading intentionally. It includes priorities, meetings, CEO focus time, strategic thinking, and weekly objectives. The purpose here is to lead instead of react. You'll gain control of your schedule, be more productive each week, and have less overwhelm. The weekly planner, this planner aligns weekly priorities with the quarterly objectives. Instead of random task lists, every week moves your business forward. You're going to document your priorities and quarterly objectives to be able to reach that target. The purpose here is to create intentional weeks, and you'll gain focus, consistency, and most importantly, momentum. The Daily Focus Planner helps eliminate decision fatigue. Every morning, you already know your priorities, your meetings, top tasks, time blocks, and the purpose here is to protect your attention. You'll gain productivity, mental clarity, and less stress. And then the next one is probably one of my fun ones, because this is one that has become one of my favorite weekly habits. It's the Sunday Planning Guide. Every Sunday, review the last week and prepare for the next. Schedule priorities and look ahead. Instead of Monday controlling you, you control Monday. And if Sunday is not the right day, pick a day that works best for you. The purpose here is creating proactive weeks. You'll gain peace of mind, preparedness, and confidence. Then the priority matrix is where everything might feel urgent, but not everything truly matters. So this template teaches you how to separate urgent, important, delegation, elimination, and the purpose is to improve your decision-making capabilities. You'll gain better focus, less overwhelm, and stronger prioritization. The next one is the meeting planner. Every meeting should end with decisions, owners, due dates, and action items. We're no longer talking in circles. The purpose here is increase meeting effectiveness, and you'll gain accountability, clear communication, and execution. The next one is your productivity dashboard. Your productivity shouldn't rely on motivation. It should rely on visibility. This dashboard helps identify workload, capacity, progress, completion, and focus. Your purpose here is to measure personal execution, where you'll gain greater awareness, improve consistency, and better habits. Next one is your time blocking guide. We all are extremely busy all the time, but time blocking changed how I worked as a project manager, but also now as a CEO. Every hour has a purpose. Now I use the same principle running my business, and it absolutely works. Your purpose here protects your strategic work, where you'll gain deep focus, reduce distraction, and greater output. Last but not least, I created a bonus, the ChatGPT prompt guide. One of the biggest challenges entrepreneurs face today isn't AI. It's knowing how to ask AI the right questions without going down rabbit holes. So this guide actually includes prompts to help brainstorm ideas, organize thoughts, refine your strategy, create content, and accelerate the planning while keeping your vision at center. The purpose here is using AI more effectively. You'll gain faster execution, better brainstorming, and smarter planning. So why does this matter? Because every successful organization I've worked with had something in common: clarity and not perfection. Clarity that everybody understood. Everybody understood the vision, the priorities, the goals, the metrics, and the expectations. Small businesses deserve the same advantage. That's exactly why I built the Vision Foundation. Not just to give you another workbook, but to give you a complete planning system. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're chasing ideas without making meaningful progress, if every week feels reactive, don't start by buying another tool. Don't start with marketing. Don't redesign your website, but start with the foundation. Build the business you actually want before you build the business you're simply reacting to. When your vision is clear, strategy becomes easier. And when strategy is clear, execution becomes intentional. And then, when execution becomes intentional, growth becomes sustainable. So thank you for spending part of your day with me here on the Optima method. I truly believe that every entrepreneur deserves the confidence that comes with knowing exactly where they're going and how they're going to get there. That's why I created the Vision Foundation, to give you a practical step-by-step system that transforms ideas into clear roadmap for growth. If this episode challenged the way you think, or this training challenged the way you think about planning your business, I'd love for you to subscribe and leave a review on my podcast. Share this episode, share this content, share this training with another entrepreneur who could benefit from building their foundation before chasing growth. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start building with intention, do download the free business operation assessment to help you know where you need to focus as you're building your different foundations. The Vision Foundation is the first pillar out of 6, but by completing the free business operations assessment, you know where you need to focus on each pillar. Remember, structure creates freedom. Build the foundation first, and everything else becomes easier after that. I hope this was beneficial. I hope you are able to start building that vision or rebuilding your vision to be able to grow in the business.